Now we are going to discuss about the different types of superconductors, right? There are two different types. One is type 1 superconductor. Second one is type 2 superconductors. Also called type 1 superconductor is also called soft superconductor. Second one, type 2 superconductors are also called hard superconductors. The type 1 superconductor is also called as a soft superconductor, and type 2 superconductor is also called as a hard superconducting materials. Right? Now let us see one by one. The type 1 superconductors, they easily loses its magnetization. If you see the type 1 superconductors, let us see the magnetization curve. When I apply magnetic field onto some material, let us take this is a H and this is a magnetization intensity, right? And the material is below transition temperature, right? When I apply below transition temperature, when I apply magnetic field, onto the substance up to a certain field, let us take this is a critical magnetic field up to Hc, below Hc material behaves as a perfect superconducting nature. Below Hc, the material shows superconducting property, and beyond Hc, that means critical magnetic field, it converts to a normal conducting stage. The type 1 superconductors are easily demagnetized, that means easily converts from superconducting state to the normal conducting stage, right? By changing a small variation in the magnetic field, it changes from the superconducting nature to the normal conducting nature and vice versa. And these materials are having only one critical magnetic field, which is Hc, right? Only one critical magnetic field, and these soft superconductors are exhibit perfect diamagnetic nature. Below Hc1, they exhibit perfect diamagnetic nature, that means it obeys perfect diamagnetic nature, that means Meissner effect. Right? They have one critical magnetic field Hc, and below Hc they show superconducting nature, above Hc it shows a normal conducting nature, and they exhibit complete Meissner effect because they are perfect diamagnetic in nature, right? And some example for superconductors, soft superconductors are lead, tin, and mercury are the examples for the type 1 superconductors. Why these people are calling soft superconductors means these superconductors are having a tendency to give away their magnetic properties due to the low magnetic or high magnetic fields. Even if you apply small magnetic field 0.01 Tesla, it changes from the superconducting nature to the normal conducting nature. So because of this low sensitive magnetic nature, this class of materials are also called as a type 1 superconductors. Right? And you can say there is no mixed state. The mixed state, I'll explain the type 2 superconductors. Right? No mixed state. What is mixed state? I'll be discussing type 2 superconductors. Right? This type 1 superconductors doesn't have any mixed state, and their graph, if you see that one, how it is along x-axis and along y-axis, you are going to have below Hc you are going to have the superconducting, and above Hc you are going to have the normal conducting nature. Right? Let us see for the type 2 superconductors. Let us see for the type 2 superconductors. The graph, it looks like this along x-axis H value, and this along y-axis minus m value I am going to have. Right? Now when I plot a graph for the type 2 superconductors, I will be having two mixed regions. That means this class of materials are having, the one is, this is the first Hc, I represent as a Hc1, and the property goes somewhere else here. This I call as a Hc2. Right? The point at which Hc1, below Hc1, this region, material is a perfect superconductor. Here I am going to have, for hard superconducting materials, I am going to have two critical magnetic fields. For hard superconducting materials, we are going to have two critical magnetic fields. Whereas for the type 1 superconductors, we were having only one Hc, right? So below Hc you are going to have superconducting, above Hc you are going to have normal conducting nature. Whereas for the type 2 superconductors, you are going to have two different critical magnetic fields, right? Below Hc1, material act as a perfect superconductor, and above Hc2, this region, material act as a normal conductor, where Nc represents a normal conductor, Sc represents the superconductor. Right? Below Hc1, material behaves as a perfect superconductor. Above Hc2, that means this region, material behaves as a normal conducting nature. And there is a region where Hc1 and Hc2. In that region, it behaves a partially superconducting plus partially normal conducting region. Right? So because of this mixed state, because of the presence of mixed state, these materials are hard superconductors. Because of this mixed state, these materials we call as a hard superconductors. Why? Because if I want to convert this material into normal conductor, I have to come pass through this Hc1 and Hc2 region. Then only I can see that normal conducting nature. Whereas for this case, it is only a 0.001 Tesla. If you change it, then material will come from the superconducting state to the normal, or normal to the superconducting stage. But whereas for this particular high temperature, whereas for hard superconductors, you are supposed to see that this particular phase, it has to be transferred. Right? So you have to put lot of critical magnetic field, then only it comes out from the superconducting state. Right? And here I said these materials will show a perfect diamagnetic nature below Hc1, and that means Meissner effect is satisfied. Whereas for these materials, below this region, that means below Hc1, it satisfies a Meissner effect. And above Hc2, between the Hc1 and Hc2, this region, this is a mixed region. That means some of the magnetic lines may pass through the coil. So at this particular point, the material does not show Meissner effect. Above Hc1, the material will not show Meissner effect, right? There doesn't show Meissner effect above Hc1. Otherwise, right here doesn't exhibit Meissner effect. Between Hc1 or above Hc1, the hard superconductors, they doesn't exhibit Meissner effect, right? So just give a glance. This type 2 superconductors loses its magnetization gradually, whereas here you are going to see it's a sharp and abruptly, where it is gradual decrease. You are going to see sharp or abrupt decrease in the magnetization, whereas for the type 2 superconductors you are going to see a gradual decrease in the magnetization, right? And these type 2 superconductors, they doesn't show a perfect or complete magnetization Meissner effect, right? And these type 2 superconductors are having two critical field. One is called Hc1, second one is called Hc2. It has three different regions. One is a below Hc1 superconducting nature, above Hc2 it has a normal conducting nature. Between them you are going to see a mixed region or vertex region, which is called as which is a combination of superconducting plus normal conducting nature, right? And here they have a large amount of magnetic hysteresis. This particular type 2 superconductors are having large amount of hysteresis energy, right? And some examples I am going to give here for this type 2 superconductors are niobium tin, and niobium tin, niobium titanium, niobium zirconium, another niobium zirconium are some of the examples for type 2 superconductors.